gonna draft Chase Young.
And obviously, Haskins doesn't like them talking about other potential quarterbacks, but they're just doing their due diligence.
Yeah.
It's a brand new
and
staff.
you know what? If he doesn't like it, too bad.
Yeah, he's got to grow
He'll
up.
suck it up.
Maybe it pushes Haskins a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go out and work.
You know what? The Bengals are only going to interview one player. They're going to interview defensive ends. They're going to interview everybody.
You know, in college,
of course, because you don't just have one draft pick.
yeah, in college they didn't just stop recruiting quarterbacks. You keep bringing in new ones.
Do you really think that there's a possibility that the Bengals take Young?
No.
I think
You
there's
think
a
it's-
five.
you
I
think
think
it's
there's
im- you think it's
5% chance they
impossible
take him.
that
I
they
don't
take
think it's
Young?
impossible.
Yeah, I think Burrow's too good a prospect.
I'll bet anybody any amount of money that they don't take Chase Young. That they take Burrow.
So name your price. Do you want it? Will you give Valdez odds?
You have to give
We,
odds.
well, we already talked about it back here, but like 10 to 1. But I don't
I'm
think
not
it's
giving them 10 to 1.
I know, but I don't think it's that far fetched. If Chase Young is this perennial Pro Bowler who's the most proven prospect in the draft, I don't think it's that far fetched.
I don't think it's far fetched either.
Yeah, but
if
they
the
need a
Bengals,
quarterback.
they
I know,
do,
but they
but
can-
if, maybe
but they
they're
can get
taking the
one-
long view and saying, "Look, we're going to suck with Chase Young or Burrow next year."
Who are they
and
gonna get?
maybe they have Lawrence ranked as a higher prospect than Burrow, and they know, you know what, we're going to win 2 or 3 games with Chase Young. We're going to be in the long game and try to get Trevor Lawrence.
Well, not just
following
Trevor
year.
Lawrence, but just
That's a possibility.
You
I'm not
can't
saying it's
predict
likely.
You can't predict what your record's going to be next year.
Well, if you're the
They're not doing
Bengals and you can pretty much predict that you're not going to
Well,
be
if you
in the
see it
middle
as
of the
there might
draft,
be a team worse than you.
there could be.
It might be Detroit.
Okay, but let's not talk about Trevor Lawrence, but let's say it's a 3 to 5 year plan that you have in place, and you can have some sort of stopgap in between there until you're ready to make that next step.
All right, and then who's their quarterback of the future?
Well, they have to figure that out.
No. Their quarterback of the future played at LSU. His name's Joe Burrow.
Could be.
Yeah.
He's
you
the
can't,
best prospect
You
at
can't
quarterback.
pass on that prospect. He's the best one in 10
They're
years.
not going to go with Andy Dalton again and
Because
win 4
the
games.
Texans did.
what?
The Texans did in 2014 when they drafted Clowney over
Or
Bortles.
maybe they ensure that they get Trevor Lawrence and just say, we're going to take Chase Young at 1,
Yeah.
and we're just going to trot out Ryan Finley,
Yeah, but
which will guarantee them winning 2 games maximum.
way, draft-
and then they're perfectly positioned to take Lawrence at
Blake-
number 1 the
Blake-
following year.
and Blake
Drab,
Bortles.
wait a second. Yeah, Drab needs to emphasize that they passed up on Blake Bortles.
Well, that's easy for you guys to say now. In
Blake
hindsight,
Bortles
he was
was-
a number 3 pick.
Yeah, but he wasn't considered like the top prospect since in the last 20 years.
Wait, Joe Burrow's the top prospect in the last 20 years?
He's
He
the
is,
best
since
quarterback
Luck.
prospect since Luck. No,
That's pretty much a given. Look at the quarterbacks. He just is.
That's not true at all. That's not. I've heard plenty of analysts say he's a run-of-the-mill prospect. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's old. He just had
He's old. He's 23.
Well, for a quarterback,
I mean, come on. He's 20. That's not
he's
old.
older. That's one of the knocks against him.
Yeah.
It's not a knock. He's going to go number
he's
1.
got an average arm.
It's not a knock. He'll go number 1.
If I were the Bengals, I am going to entertain not taking him, especially if Chase Young. If I think he's going to be a guy who gives me double-digit sacks every year for a decade.
Quarterback position is too valuable.
Yeah, but
They're not
every
gonna
year
pass
there's going to
on
be
that.
The only way
somebody
they wouldn't-
similar to Joe
the only
Burrow.
way
Yeah, but
they
you're not
they
going to
wouldn't
necessarily
take
be in
Bortles.
position to take him.
The only way they don't take Burrow is if Burrow says behind the scenes, I'm not
Right.
playing for
Well,
it.
and he's already
But
addressed
he's
that.
not saying that.
He's already addressed that.
Right.
He said, of course I'm going to go to whoever takes me.
Yep.
That's not an issue. And Cakes, so then if you're, by your position, then you don't think Joe Burrow is special. See, I actually think he is. I think he is the best prospect since Luck. I believe that. I looked at the list. And
He could be, but I mean, I think there are still a lot of question marks about him.
Well, I understand. How is he a better prospect than Jameis Winston coming out?
Jameis Winston's interceptions were a joke in college. They're the same thing he's doing here.
Jameis Winston had 1 year where he had crazy numbers, but I think it was his.
Look at his touchdown. Look at his touchdown interception ratio.
His other year, he had a bad year.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow's 4 years. He had 1 year.
Right.
He's
But
not
he's,
a can't-miss prospect.
he just.
He's
a lot
not.
of people think he is.
I'm not
A lot
saying
of
he's a
people think he
can't
is.
misser. I'm saying he's the best one since Luck.
What's more of a can't miss, Chase Young or Burrow?
But his position is
You need a
not as
quarterback.
impactful.
Yeah, you need a quarterback.
Like Chase Young could be a 10-time Pro Bowler
Okay, well, you
and not be as impactful as a great
All
quarterback.
right, you put Tom Brady on the Bengals. Will that make a difference?
It would help them.
They'd
It'd
be
help
better.
them win a lot more games.
They'd be better, yeah.
It would help them win more games.
But
It just would.
is that situation?
If you want to argue that Chase Young's position is more valuable than a quarterback, I think you're going to lose.
I'm
that
not
argument.
arguing that position. I'm arguing the fact that it's not set up for anyone at a quarterback to succeed right now. And so why not take someone that can actually make a difference
I just think
for the right now?
quarterbacks impact wins and losses more than any other player on the field.
Look, if you're going to tell me that the Bengals take Tua instead of Burrow, okay.
I don't even think they
I'll
do
go with
that.
I don't think they would either.
Yeah.
But my point is they're taking a quarterback.
Yeah, I think so too.
Zach Taylor is taking
They're
a quarterback.
too desperate for a quarterback, in my opinion. Who was the Texans quarterback when they took Clowney? I don't remember.
Savage, right? Was it Tom Savage?
Tom Savage.
Case Keenum was on the roster. Fitzpatrick, I think, maybe was on the roster.
So they had
and
a
it may
bunch
have
of
been
poop.
Savage. It was
They
one
had a
of
bunch
those-
of poop.
Yeah, it was
I remember
crap.
they rolled the dice with Savage. He lasted like a half.